how can you possibly relate to what I'm going through? Because you could never have lived through the hell that I lived through in these streets. If you could talk to these friends of mine who are looking at this right now, some of these young people, would you tell? Do you have any background that they might relate to?
Who wanna go? I ain't trying to laugh at your question. The background, boy, good Lord.
You sure?
You want me to kick it off?
No, okay, yeah. Music, let me see, and you do have people, of course, unfortunately, that are portraying the street life to sell records. For people that have really engaged in the street life, and have made it and survived and lived to tell about it, I tell you, don't do that. I'll never forget when I was getting transported from Marin going to Richmond in jail, incarcerated, and we had to stop in San Quentin. There was an old man getting off the bus, and he looked in my face and he told me, "Youngster, don't ever come here." And I said, "Yes, sir." You know, because when you've lived it and you survived to tell about it, you understand that's not the way. We have lived it. I mean, myself, I have lived it. I wasn't raised in it, but as typical young African American males, that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a gangster. I wanted to be that young man on the block with the ladies and the rims and all that. And I went for that, which ultimately caused me to face 25 years to life. Because I'm the type of person, whatever I believe in, I'm gonna give 100 to it. So, because I believed in the streets, I gave the streets everything. Towards it almost took my life. And so that's what makes that's what makes this music sound like the way it is. It's gospel, but it's hard, you know, because that's where we came from. And I know that's a place that the Lord wants us to help redeem and minister to is the hood. You know what I mean? So I think, and I'm just speaking for myself, these brothers are a little deeper than me, but yeah, I know. I know we definitely have been called to minister to the hood because that's what God saved us from. We're saved.
I want to say, I want to touch on that. I mean, like I was saying earlier, I mean, I never shared this story, but it was just prepared for me to share this story, you know, about coming from the hood. I mean, at 15 years old, I probably got shot at like 4 or 5 times. You know, I was like that. When I watched Menace to Society, I was Kane. If you ever see Menace to Society, I really was like the real life. I thought Kane because, you know, my family grew up. My mom was on drugs. I mean, my grandma raised me, but we went in the projects like Grape Street. You know, it was a little different. We was in a house. But I remember a story just after watching that movie, and I'm gonna just share the story. It was me and my friend, Naaman, Montu, and Scoop, and we was like, man, we gonna get some golds. We gonna rob for some golds. I was like, what? I was like, yeah. So I'm gonna share this. This is how I knew God was real. So my boy called me. He was like, oh, there's some golds over there. They sitting in front of this spot. We went over there. It was in front of a church in Richmond, California. My family, my dad, and was open. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you about that. So,
Did you say gold?
Gold ones. It's like gold Daytons and balls.
Oh, gold Daytons. Okay, rims.
It was rims.
Gold rims. Okay.
Right. So we all probably like 15, 16 years old. We got guns. They come out to church. And people run in there and take them out their car. It's a carjacking. And I was like, wow. So we jumped in the car and drove to Oakland. I was like, you know, I was kind of smart. I was like, well, we got in the car. I was like, let's go to East Oakland. So we drove all the way to East Oakland to my dad's house. Because up his house in High Street, you can hide the car in the back. So we went up, hid the car. It was like a hill up High Street. Make a long story short, after that, let it get night. Drove the car back to Richmond, took the rims off of it, and we was going to brag to other friends about what we did. Mind you, while we going to brag about, we walking down the street, It's probably like 2 in the morning. I just hear somebody yell an enemy name and they start shooting at us. It's the same day, all that same night. Two of my friends got shot. I was there, the bullets went past me, I didn't get shot. But my friend Scoop got shot that night. He was probably 15, 16 years old. And he never ever walked again. He's alive. But that's when I knew. I felt bad about that situation where it was coming from already. But us doing it, that same night, Rav came on, we got shot at. 2 of my friends got shot. One of my friends is paralyzed to this day from that night. So you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I really come from that. And most of these rappers, I'm pretty sure I got a longer track, a longer record, not to brag, but most of them is talking about it. So that's why, like I said, I rap too with a lot of worldly rappers. We did songs, me and my partners from my hood. We did shows. But like I said, I just got tired of that life. And it's like, you know, I want to be here for my kids. I had my first kid, I was 16 years old. I had my daughter, I was only 16. I had my son, I was 19. But I blessed her, my daughter in college. You know, so just to make a long story short, it was just like, once I got out, the last time, I was gang fights, fighting, and they made me like the yard rep. So
explain what the yard rep is.
Like, basically, I was controlling, like, you know, just talking, controlling. It was like a black car. So you're talking about you're inside of it. Yeah, I'm locked up.
You're locked up. So the black car is
like African Americans, and you fighting against maybe Caucasians, Latinos, whatever. But I hated that. But we was kind of doing that, fighting, gang fights. But that didn't really change me. I did 10 months, and then I did something in Bakersfield, like some high speeds, whatever. I got sent to Bakersfield. And what really changed my mind about this whole thing, it wasn't the gang fights, it wasn't the drugs. I remember 2 older men, they was probably like 50 years old apiece. And they was fighting over a chair. And they was like, this my chair, this my chair. And I was just sitting back looking at them. I was like, it's not neither one of their chairs, it's the county chair. Something clicked that day, and I haven't been back since. You know, I came home, started working, started being for my kids, started, you know, doing the right thing. But yeah, it was just like I changed my life after that because seeing so much. I got a lot of friends in prison for murder, friends that's been shot. Most of my friends have been shot. You know, I mean, it's that real. But thank God they still alive. I'm blessed to still have a neighborhood of a lot of brothers that's still alive. You know what I mean? So that's a blessing. But yeah, that's why I work with these youngsters. Tell them, man, this life is no joke. Like, you know, I can have friends coming here that just did. I had a friend that just did 20 years. He just came home. He went to jail in 1998. I hadn't seen him since 98. I just hugged him. He did 20 straight years. He looked good, but he just came home. So yeah, it's definitely hood, but that's why our music is so real. That's why I think we compelled to do this, to bring some of these hood cats that's really from the hood that can relate and you know, change their life, like be real men now instead of boys, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your question was how.
So my question was, a lot of young people who looking at this are going to be thinking, you know, these are just some preachers up here telling me what I should do. They never lived through. They never really been about that life. Yeah. And how can they tell me if they've never been through what I've been through?
So like how can what I'm doing relate to what they're going through?
Have you ever lived anything that could relate? Somebody's in the projects in the trap house tonight. Yeah. They're looking at this, or there is some parent with a child who's lost in the street. Wonder how can you relate to this? Yeah. What would you tell them?
Well, for them to gravitate to us, we have to be transparent. We have to expose ourselves to the community that you're speaking on, so they can be able to embrace the music that we're doing. I think we can express the struggle, You know, we can. It's a lot of things that you can say that we can have a common ground on. I mean, I wasn't always a Christian. You know, I was thugged out, banging, and you know the whole nine. And becoming a Christian was not on the list. So for your listeners out there, this wasn't something that I just, you know, that my parents drugged me to church, or you know, it wasn't a lifestyle that was brought to me. This is something that God had led me to become a Christian. And I think you know, during my travels and the things that I've done, I mean, I've done a lot, you know, and I'm embarrassed to speak about them, you know, but you know, I did it all, you know what I'm saying, you know, except for you know child molesting or stuff like that, or raping girls and stuff like that though. But if you want to get that, you know, I did it all from beating up, murder. I mean, it's you know, I did it. I did it all, you know, and I'm grateful to be sitting here. I'm grateful to be sitting here speaking to. So the audience, if the audience, I mean, you know, those that's listening to us right now, and they, you know, and they looking at us and they like, man, who is these guys? These Hebrew boys, you know, we all product of our environment. We came from hoods.
Came product from the street. Now here's my next question I want to ask you. Because people are looking at this, and now they got you. Now they feel you. They listen to a little bit of your music. They listen to where you come from. The question I want to ask you now is, somebody's looking at this and they say, I have no hope. People come to me and they say that, I have no hope. There is no hope for me. Some young person, 17 years old, looking at this, and they say, I hear you, but there's no hope for me. I'm lost. What would you tell them tonight?
I'm going to tell you first, give your life to the Lord. Because God will give you hope. God, he fights for those with no hope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was anointed, Jesus said, for the poor. First, give your life to the Lord. Seek the Lord. And the Lord will give you your identity. The person I am now, I didn't know I would ever be this person. This person came out of a relationship with God.
True.
That's how I'm in this position. That's how the gifts and talents that I have, I know he gave them to me. The mind that I have, I know he gave it to me. There is hope, but it has to be found in Christ. Because there is no hope in the world. There is no hope in the hood. There isn't. It's death and decay.
Yeah. And it
Christ will give you hope.
Kind of go off Pastor Mustafa, and when he said, introduce them to Jesus. Now, you know, a lot of kids, they ain't really trying to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That's the last thing they want to hear is, you know what I'm saying, man, go give your life to Christ, man. It's gonna be cool. He's gonna take care of you. It'll go in, but would it resonate? Not at that time. So that's the seed right there that we've dropped. Because we know as believers, you know, when we drop that seed right there, we know that God is gonna start watering that seed. You know, if a youngster come up to me and he telling me, man, he ain't got no hope or anything like that, I'm gonna tell him I love him. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I know what hopeless means. I've been there where I felt like nothing was gonna happen. Like I thought it was done. If you listen to some of my music and listen to some of the lyrics, really tune into it and not just listen to the beat, you will hear the struggle in there. And it's not just, it ain't no past struggle. We talking about present struggle. So when a youngster come to me, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 to him. He gonna know exactly the walk I'm going through right now. But he gonna know that I'm still in the fire and I'm staying with Jesus, even though I'm still walking this walk right there. You understand what I'm saying? Amen. So it's like if I tell him the struggle is real and he know it's real, and I tell him, look, but this is what Jesus did for me. Little brother, real talk. And I know he can do it for you. You might not understand it. I know you might have a whole lot of different things to say about Christianity, you know. But I'm telling you right now, the day that I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, man, I done accumulated the more blessings that I have in my whole time.